Hello everyone, I'm here in Bagara at Nelson's Beach and I'm here with Bella to talk about shark nets. So, there's lots of controversy I've heard about whether they work, how they work. So, maybe you could tell us a bit about, like, if they work, if they don't, and
Absolutely.
what the shark nets are.
For sure. So basically a shark net is a device that's used to basically capture and kill sharks in Australian waters. So the whole aim of this is to minimize the amount of sharks in here to then reduce the interactions. So basically a shark net will sit on the surface of the water. In Queensland, they go for 186 meters and they only sit 6 meters deep. So a common misconception is that they create a barrier. This is not correct. They do not go to the bottom of the water and they do not enclose an area.
Okay. So basically that means that sharks can go around and under them.
Absolutely, yes.
So they're pretty much useless. And do they just catch sharks? I know they caught whales and stuff, but like, how and why would governments put them in if they know that's what's going to happen?
For sure. So the first part of that question is absolutely. So these shark nets, they catch absolutely everything. Think at the moment we have out passing by whales, think stingrays, turtles, mantas, seabirds, seals, absolutely everything you could think of. In fact, in a lot of these beaches, that bycatch number can be up to 92%. So we're really not actually getting that target species, yet we're catching even everything else. So honestly, one of the reasons that government put this in is so it provides that false sense of security for our beach users. We want people to feel like they're being safe in the water. However, it's unfortunate because the fact of the matter is that it is not actually keeping people safe. And in return, it's almost drawing sharks closer into an area as animals that are getting caught in there are then essentially ringing the dinger bell for those bigger sharks to come and get easy feed.
Yeah. So basically, they're doing the exact opposite of what the government tells them. Instead of preventing sharks coming closer, they're bringing sharks closer.
Yes, this is true.
So that's a big X for shark nets. And what about drum lines?
Yeah, so basically in Queensland waters, we have baited drum lines. So a lot of people don't really understand what this is. It's a big buoy that sits on the surface of the water, and under that is a chain which has a large shark fishing hook attached to it. Now that shark fishing hook is baited. It's baited with our target species' favorite food, but that's other shark pups, mullets, and it physically is baiting the water to attract those sharks to come in, bite on it, get captured, and then get killed. Yeah.
So again, it's just another reason for sharks to come closer instead of getting them away.
For sure. Absolutely. So, Elijah, at the moment, we're seeing all these entanglements with our whales. What do you think about this?
I think that it's tragic that all these entanglements are happening and like there's so much that could be done. Like the New South Wales government, they take them out for a short time, but then put them back in and the whales still get tangled up on their way back down south. So it's better than what Queensland do. It's better than what Queensland's doing because Queensland isn't taking the shark nets out at all.
Yeah.
But so they're both doing terrible things by leaving them in there and the whales getting entangled.
For sure.
But there's so many other ways that we can help. Like you've got proper barriers like the croc barriers up north that nothing can get tangled in. You've got these have you heard of like the kelp forests?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of
fake,
these.
They're kind of fake kelp forests because big sharks don't like going through kelp forests that they might get stuck in. So if you create artificial kelp forests, they won't go in. And that's something that you could use recycled materials from as well.
Absolutely.
Which is great because, and like, it also creates, if you use real kelp, then you could harvest also some of that kelp and create some of the kelp, you get the oils that you get from fish. So instead of needing to use fish, you can get the oils from the kelp. So that provides agriculture and work for people and then also prevent sharks.
Yeah. There's heaps of other alternatives like this. So that one you're talking about is called the shark safe barrier. Now, I've actually worked with this company in South Africa, and they are awesome. And that is exactly that. They replicate a kelp forest. The way they do that, though, is they use, picture like your personal deterrents, like shark band that emits those electronic pulses. They use that in large scale. So they'll line that along the seafloor, and basically it plays with both mimicking a kelp forest, but also their sensory system. So any of these sharks that come by, they feel it, directly get redirected away. It's been the first non-lethal and really effective alternative. South Africa's been used for the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So are any of these like methods 100% successful?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Eco Shark Barrier in Western Australia?
No.
Oh my goodness. So this is an actual barrier. It goes from the surface of the water all the way down to the sands and on both corners. So it's made not with that mesh-like material that we've got here that will entangle things, but from this rubber and nylon flexible material. So animals that go into it will automatically just bump straight off again. So this is creating a 100% protection for beach users by creating an actual barrier.
So that's something that's like we could just use that here.
Absolutely.
But it's all about mindset, really. Like we need to change people's mindset because, like, if sharks go extinct, what happens?
Oh my goodness, the whole marine ecosystem collapses.
Yeah.
And that has negative roll-on effects up here.
Mm-hmm. So we're basically bringing about our own demise.
100%.
If we keep these shark nets in.
100%. We're also seeing, shark nets have this huge impact on our marine ecosystem, but sharks in general, they're in a really bad state at the moment. We're seeing that shark populations in the past 50 years have declined by over 90%. They're pretty much almost gone. So we need to do our part here in Australia to look after them, and we can do that from getting rid of these ones.
Yes, definitely. No more shark nets.
Absolutely.
So here's a fun fact question for Bella.
Okay.
How many shark species are there in Queensland waters?
In Queensland waters?
Yes.
Oh, this is a tricky question. Okay. So I'm sure you know there are a lot of sharks around.
Mm-hmm.
There's been identified over 400 different shark species. In Queensland waters, I don't know the specific number, but I know around Australia we have well over 250 of those species.
Wow.
Australia, of course, we have such a diverse ecosystem all the way around our coast. Yeah. We have those really cooler waters down the bottom. We've got our very temperate up top, so we can host a lot of these different species.
Yeah. And most of those shark species are absolutely harmless, aren't they?
Ah, yes. The only ones that we're trying to target out here with those nets, there are 7 species, and even in them, the only ones we ever have interactions with are the 3. There are predatory ones like our whites, our bulls, and our tigers. Yeah. Everything else is pretty well harmless.
Yeah, I've seen that there are like black tips and white tips on there. Yep. Is that correct?
There are. There's the common black tips and Australian black tips, which is ridiculous because
I swim with those when I go to Ireland.
Yep.
I swim within arm's length of them and they just go straight past me.
Yeah.
They have not a care in the world about us.
Yeah. And as well, these ones, like our reef sharks, they're very shy and they're very skittish, as I'm sure you know. The only interaction and the reason that they are on that list is actually from a fisherman that caught one and tried to take a photo and tried to release it, and it turned around and bit him. That is why it's on that list.
That kind of seems like his fault, really.
Well,
I mean, you don't want to wish that on anyone, but when you're messing with sharks like that.
And you're fishing for sharks.
Yeah, and you got to think, like, the water's their home, so if you go in it, that's a risk you're willing to take, especially with the false sense of security out there. So if we took those shark nets out, I bet you there'll be practically no change, if not no change, in the shark bites that happen. So
I agree.
Would you choose to go in without shark nets? Would you choose to go in with shark nets? It really makes no difference. You're just as likely to get bitten. You're more likely to die from a coconut falling on you and dying, or a vending machine, or a cow, or a car crash than a shark. And we go in cars, we see cows, we walk near coconut trees all the time. And it's just, the mindset needs to change and the shark nets need to come out of our waters.
I completely agree. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you so much for talking to me. I've had a great time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.